So I'm not going to go into this video and make this a video about what everyone is talking about right now, but I do want to address it for a couple different reasons. My wife is a nurse, and we are dealing with this pandemic firsthand. Um, Obviously, I can't say where she works or anything like that. I don't want to do all that, but she sends me a picture yesterday, full hazmat gear, helmet on her head, basically, and the text states that 4 out of the 5 people she was taking care of were in quarantine. 3 of those were suspected coronavirus. Now, I know that there's a lot of you young folks, especially. I know it's the same way I was when I was your age, who think everything is just going to be okay. Who think it's okay to continue going out, who think it's okay to continue, partying and all these different things. But what you guys aren't realizing is when you're doing this, yes, you may be safe. You may be in that age or range where you're safe. You're safe from this virus. But your grandparents aren't. Some of you may have parents that are over 60 that aren't. You have to think of everyone else around you. Think about the person standing next to you that's someone else's grandparent. Be smart, people. This is very real. This situation is very real. And the only way for this to not get even worse is for people to be smart and not be fools. You're not a tough guy because you think you can go out. You're not a tough guy because you can sit back and say, well, I'm going to be fine. This is nothing. I think that if you just look at the numbers, look at the worldwide numbers, I think we can all agree it's not going to be okay if people do not listen. So be safe, guys. That's what I want to say. Especially to you, my young subs, man. Don't be foolish. Take this very serious. Have appreciation and respect for the older people around you. The people around you that may be sick already, who this virus, if they were to catch it, could possibly threaten their life. Think about that. Don't think just about yourself. Now, let's move on to Nioh 2. Nioh 2. I played the first Nioh when it came out. Loved it. I did not beat it. Now, this is going to sound pretty crazy, but I love the Souls style games. I love them. I love Sekiro. I love Dark Souls. And the reason I'm going to say that sounds crazy is because I've never actually beaten one. But I love the formula. I've made a video about it a while back. It reminds me of old school gaming, where you're grinding, you're fighting the same boss over until you finally beat him. And yes, you want to smash your controller in between that time, but man, when you've beat him, it is so exhilarating. You're like, fucking A, I finally did it. So, this one, the magic powers that you get from the soul cores and things like this, once you start leveling up, a lot of your footage you're seeing here is early gameplay, but once you start leveling up, you start unlocking your skills, your ninjutsu and all that, the game really opens up and the combat just really shows why Team Ninja is one of the best when it comes to combat. The combat in this game, no offense to any Souls heads, it shits all over the Dark Souls games. The combat is so fluid. And yes, they are very different games, so I'm not comparing it to Dark Souls or Bloodborne or anything like that, which, by the way, I could never finish Bloodborne because the graphics to me were always just a shimmering, ugly mess, and I couldn't stand to look at it. But I may go back to it when the P5 drops because that may clean the image up. Anyway, with Nioh 2, the story, so far for me, the story's pretty much throwaway. Where this game truly shines is in the combat, the boss battles. And let me just tell you, I love Sekiro. I love it, but it is not even close to the samurai type game that Nioh 2 is. Nioh 2 shits on Sekiro, and I know that's not going to make some of you happy, but hey, I'm just here to keep it real. So I'm loving the hell out of this game. I'm getting ready to jump on it now. It took me yesterday, I want to say, 2 hours to beat a boss. I fought him over and over and over. I would get up, I would go outside with the dog, I would walk away, because I remember back in the day when I was a kid and I would scream and cuss, and my mom would tell me just walk away from it for a minute, come back to it. And 9 times out of 10 when you do that, you come back fresh. You usually beat them on the first or second try. So I finally got him, and I was like, I was excited as shit. So that's what I like about this game. That's what I like about this style of these games, is that old school feeling, because a lot of you guys are going to be too young to remember the good old NES days, the SNES days, where you had games with limited lives, games where you had to go into it and you had to beat a boss with a couple lives, and if you didn't, you had to start back at the very beginning of the level. So those are the days I come from, and that's why I appreciate these games so much. Anyways, guys, be safe out there, be smart, don't put yourself or your loved ones, or anyone for that matter, in any unnecessary risk over selfish decisions. I'm gonna let you guys go. Chime off in the comments section. Let me know what you guys think, and I'm gonna holler at you guys in the next video. Peace.